If you guys make it into a movie, I would love to play Jinx. I'm just saying.
Oh, you may have some better context than me to make that happen.
For sure. What happens when a Power Ranger walks into an audiobook recording booth and walks out emotionally attached to the character she just played? Today we're diving into audiobook recording sessions, specifically with actress Charlie Kersh, who played Min Quan, the Yellow Power Ranger, in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. She voices Jinx, who is a sharp, sassy, emotionally layered character in The Healer, and today's video is all about how that performance came together and how it came out. Don't worry, no spoilers. So we first met Charlie at Lexington Comic-Con last March. Her booth was just a couple steps down from ours, so I went over and said hi. It occurred to me that there were still a couple of voices we hadn't filled, and she wanted to give it a shot. So she gave us her agent's contact info. We auditioned her for Jinx, and she did great.
That's amazing. Thank you.
So before anyone ever steps into a booth, there's a lot of prep that goes into an audiobook, especially a full cast one. So that means breaking down chapters, highlighting lines, putting in pronunciation guides, stuff like that. Because when an actor walks in, our job isn't just to record clean audio, but also to guide the performance. Which brings us to the first session. The first session with Charlie was a little bit rough to start. Not her fault, she just hadn't received the lines beforehand. She was seeing the lines for the first time in the booth.
So Benny's basically just indicated that he feels like he can cheat death with this thing. So she's kind of like, now you sound crazy.
Yeah. Now you sound crazy. Why spend what life you have avoiding something you can't? Embrace it like a count. I better fancy my... Now you sound crazy. Why spend what life you have avoiding something you can't? Embrace it. Make it count. I'd rather fancy myself going down in a blaze of glory, satisfied that I've somehow made a difference in those... Oh, almost got it.
It had just been a breakdown in logistics, nothing dramatic, but the important thing is how everyone handled it. We adjusted, we walked through the scenes together, and we got through it. Then, in between sessions, we made sure she received the scripts so that she had time to really live with the character. And honestly, that's a great example of how flexible you have to be in any production environment. By the time we had come back for the second session, everything had changed. She had had the scripts, she went over them completely, had time to really think about the character, live with the character, and she had completely fallen in love with Jinx.
We should make a movie out of this. Movies.
Oh, I agree. That would be awesome.
Oh, yes. I love Jinx. I love her role.
Cool.
I definitely would love, if the opportunity ever arose to play her, that would be really cool.
That's not something you ever really expect to hear, but when it does happen, kind of reminds you why you do this. And this is the part of indie publishing that people don't talk about enough. That when you treat voice actors as collaborators and not just contractors, you get performances that elevate the whole project.
How do you know my name? I cried, and then I laughed, and then I cried.
All right, so next episode, we're going to be shifting gears a little bit. We're going to be talking publicists and PR firms.
Okay. So what's the big deal about this?
What they actually do, what expectations should be, and when PR is or isn't the right move for an author. No drama, but basically we experienced a mismatch in expectations with our PR firm recently, and it's worth talking about, because it's easy to spend money in publishing. Spending it wisely is another story entirely. If you want to keep seeing what goes on behind the scenes of audiobooks, indie publishing, and the business of storytelling, you know what to do. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.
Good luck.
And that's a wrap. You did it.
I did it.